Record. Hello, everybody. My name is Kawhi Hopkins, and I want to go over a quick video on how to create users and groups within Okta and apply group rules. So let's go to the Okta. This is my Okta developer account. So if those of you who do not have an Okta developer account, I really highly recommend you create one or a free trial account, which lasts up to 30 days. So this is take a look at the Okta admin portal. So when you initially sign up for an account in Okta, you have an admin portal and you have what they call end user dashboard. So let's take a look at the end user dashboard here. So if you're not in the real world, if you're not an administrator or if you're just a user, if you're a user using the application, this is what you will see in the user in the dashboard. So let's go out of here and let's go to look on the left-hand pane. These are the categories here on the Active Admin portal. I would especially get really familiar with and just play around in here and get familiar with it because um, this is very this is going if you're looking to take the Okta professional exam, which is I recommend that as well. It's a fun exam, completely hands-on exam. One of the things is get really familiar with the Okta admin portal. So you'll see things like here, looking in the dashboard, gives you a view of overall users, groups, so apps, agents. If you scroll down, you got your security monitoring. So it provides you with a lot of information. You have tasks. So tasks where I don't look like I have any tasks, which is good. But normally in a real world, if you have any tasks, like say, hey, so user needs accounts needs to be activated or requests that come in from here, which in the real world you would do that via like ticketing systems like ServiceNow, for example. Um, so and then you have your notifications. Again, you'll get something like if there's any request from users say, hey, for example, I'm not able to access my application. They'll send a notification to the IT help desk team. But in a real world, you really won't be using a lot of this. Um, all right, let's get to here. So let's go to now let's go to directory. Directory is where is going to house all your people, groups, devices, profile editors. That is profile editor is really important to learn here because this is where you're going to have your directory, your attributes for like the whole for everyone, or you can do just based off a group or individually. So, and then you have your directory integration. So here, this is where you'll want to go to integrate if you want to integrate with Active Directory, LDAP, your profile sources. So that's your directory customizations. We don't really, you can go in here and, customize. You can customize your Okta tenant and you can customize that. Um, you have custom domain, logo, brand. Let me see here. Wonder if you can go ahead and customize your brand if you want. Um, Customize that as well. All right, and let's go to email provider. You can do, I mean, you can do all kind of search of things in here. Okta personal. Um, you can do. There's a lot of customization you can do here in Okta, but and we have applications. You have your application. This is where you'll have the OIN to Okta Integration Network. Um, so basically, when you go in here, search for application, you can browse catalog. So just keep in mind, Okta has about what 7,990. They have the most pre-installed integration that any identity provider out there by far. I would be surprised if you couldn't find anything in here that won't suit your business needs here. And with this is good because you can actually look at the functionality section here, especially with SSO. There's different type of protocols you can use, and you can specifically, like for example, if you want to look for something with SWA, these are all the applications that have SWA or SAML integration. So let's go here to, so that's pretty much all the applications. So you can also create a new app, but you can create a new app as well. So you do API service integration. Um, so let's go to security. Security, where you'll see this a lot, especially in the Okta professional exam. You're gonna really need to be familiar with the Okta admin console or tenant, you want to call it, especially with your authentication policies, global session policies, uh, profile enrollment, identity providers. That's really big important because during the exam you're gonna have to set up like a org to org information integration. Um, in that exam. So identity provider is something very good to know as well. Networks, not so much. It's more in the administrator exam, but um, then let's go to workflows. Again, workflows is very useful. If you want to better integrate, like you can do things like group rules as well, but this is like way better. You can without even doing a thing. You can set up a lot of automation here. But that's more or less you'll see that on the kind of on the administrator or developer, or I think consultant maybe, I'm not sure. So then you have reports. This is, let's say, hey, you want to go in here and look at reports. This is with all the activity, different group membership reports, application reports, uh, system log. And this is a really important as well. As referenced in this is how, like, if you're taking any Okta certifications, this is where pretty much they're going to be grading you on is through the logs. Uh, so they give you a type of use case scenarios. This is where you're going to be graded on in here. So, and of course you have your settings download. So that's pretty much the admin portal. But I would suggest playing around in here a little bit and just get familiar. So so the purpose of this, I want to show you guys how to create users and groups and add group rules. So in this video, I want to show you, just look at, if we go to people. So if you want to add a person, you can add a person, reset their passwords, or you can, and if you want to do bulk deployments, bulk additions, you can use by CSV. Um, let's say you want to deactivate users, expire passwords. So let's go create a user. So you can have user. So let's go with I don't know, so Jason Jason Brown, for example, and we'll put J Brown uh, at on micro, excuse my spelling, .com. I believe on Microsoft.com. Okay, we'll give him that. And keep it very important. So in Okta, are there's some main required attributes here where you have it's going to be your first name, last name, username, primary email. These are the required attributes here that you will see in Okta. Um, all user, especially with the username and primary email, all Okta usernames are in email format. This is something that you cannot custom. It's not custom or optional. This is something that for especially is required. Um, and you can have groups if you had groups in there. You also have the option of activating user right now manually or activating later. If you click activate later, this will prompt the user to activate themselves. It'll send a email will be sent out to the user's email, and they'll be able to activate. They'll get an invitation and email, and they can activate it from there from their email. Or if you're an administrator and say, "Hey, I will set the password," which we're going to do here. So if you have two options here, it says, type in the password. I'm just going to put a random password in here. Um, you know, uh, password. I'm just going to put um, test 001 just for that. No, it's not a secure password, but just for demonstration purposes. So we have the option to say we set the user's password. Basically, with this checkbox is basically saying when the user logs in, they must change they must change their password with the password of their choice. So we don't want them to have that ability right now. So we want to we want to save and let's add another. Oh, oh, it's a commonly used password. So all right, well, I'll just put one in. All right, let's save and add another. All right, let's have uh let's see. So Wendy uh Wendy Flowers. Wendy Flowers. All right, so gonna be W Flowers and we know groups right now. We'll get to that. Um, Also, we want to choose the same. We'll we'll activate her now. I'll set the passwords. All right, and we're gonna click save. Oh, oh, forgot that email format. Give her a different email on microsoft.com. All right, now we should be able to save. Okay. All right, so let's refresh our screen. So we can always search. Let's say, want to verify. Want to go look through here. Wendy. Let's see if this will work. Uh, Wendy. Yeah. Okay. Wendy Flowers. She's in there. And Jason. Okay, Jason and Jason Brown. This is what we added. They're both active. All right. So you can also have a way to import users through the CSV. So let's use a CSV template. All right. So here, let's go. Let's use mine here. Let's upload this. All right. So as you can see here, when we look back on the Okta portal here, we looked at Jason, at his profile. And keep in mind, so when we go into Okta, you have users will have applications, groups, devices that they're associated with. This is very important here, the profile editor. This is where, Okta is very big on attributes. And so let's just say you could do a lot of things with attributes. You can add group rules that have certain attributes, which we'll do in a second. Especially or when you're doing integrations with Active Directory, Active Directory will during the process you'll able to sync attributes from bring attributes from active directories into Okta. Uh, so so in this name, so his we're going to take like a if you look at the spreadsheet, the login name, let's just say let's make one up. Um Michael Michael and hold on. All right. Say M Myers at on Microsoft.com. All right, yeah, all right. Uh, let me, let me remove the link, that hyperlink. All right, let me move that dot at the end there. Don't know why I have that there. All right, so first name's going to be Michael, last name Myers. All right, we don't need to add a middle name. Email. All right, we can get rid of hyperlink. Copy that email into here. Let's paste it. All right, that's gonna be the email. So you remember the four required fields we have. We don't need anything else, but let's just say we want to add. Uh, it's gonna add his. Let's say. Let's say we want to add his name. So let's add a mobile number. We're just gonna pick a random name. 777 665. Okay, we'll just use that as a primary. Uh, you know, Second Street. We can use street address. For example, we can use 555 uh demo Devo Avenue. Uh, oh, excuse me. Demo Avenue. All right. City. Let's just say New York. New York. New York. And New York. Yeah, state. NY. New York. New York. All right. Okay. Zip code, we can just put anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So let's save. Let's save that. Oh, oh, yeah, we need to save as. All right, save. Let's save that one. All right. Yeah, how do you run all turn? I'll create a sort file. Need to be saved in the cloud first. Okay, I guess. Yeah, it shouldn't matter. Shouldn't matter there. We can save that. So let's close that down. Let's go to back to people. Let's go to actions, import CSV. Let's browse. And where did I put that at? Oh, here it is. All right, add that in there. Upload the CSV was parsed successfully. Next, and we went. So here you have we can automatically activate users or do not create a password and only allow. Okay, says when a selected new import users will be automatically activated. Let's go with that one. All right, so we have one new user imported. All right, so let's here we go. Michael Myers. So what this is doing is where this is doing is asking Michael to an invitation been sent to Michael's email, and basically what it's doing is asking him to asking him to activate his role. So, all right, we're gonna keep that as is. We can always say what we have here. Let's uh let's set his password and activate. Uh, and all right, let's go ahead here and let's go to people again. Oh, this password expired, Michaels. All right. All right. Fractions, risk authenticators. All right. So we're going to. I don't have an email account set up for Michael, but you guys kind of get the point there. But that's just basically I was just using this to just demonstrate you can import users, but again, Michael will have to activate if he wants access. So let's move on to like again, let's go to groups. So if we want groups, we have we have all these standard groups. These are a couple groups I've created, but there's some that are when you sign up for an Okta account, you get these groups by default. You have an everyone's group, which you cannot delete that. That will have all the users that are you add in Okta, everyone, and you can apply. This is good too because you can apply different rules for everyone or how they authenticate MFA. Like if you MFA, you could set the authentication policies, um, and you have your administrators group. So let's add a group. So we're gonna make the group. As you guys, I don't you guys know, I'm a huge Cobra Kai fan, so I'm just gonna put uh Cobra Kai group. All right. So, and we're not gonna put a description. We're not gonna put a description there. So these are the groups. So in Okta, let me see. Okay, here's a group. So we go into groups. Now there are two things we can easily go things that we can apply. We can apply to add people, applications, profile directories, admin roles to this group. This is a great way as any platform using groups is a very easy way to manage permissions and access. So we could easily go here and let's say let's, let's assign people. We could manually do this. We could manually add anybody. So let's add, let's just add Jason. All right. Let's add Jason. Click done. So Jason's a part of this group. And you can add applications. So let's go look at an application. And um, um, yeah, let's not sign any right now. We don't need to sign any applications, but I just want you to get this is what we did manage manually. So you see, we did this manually. So let's automate that. So to do that, we want to use what they call group rules. So let's go to groups. So we can add a rule. Oh, before I do that, let me do something first because it's something I need to important. So let's take Sensei Wolf here for a second. Say Sensei Wolf. Let's go to his profile. So this is all Sensei Wolf's profile. So remember when I was saying earlier about how important attributes are? So we're going to use in this attribute to set the group rule. So I'm going to set a rule. So whoever has said attribute and who said attribute is, let's say by, for example, say group organization or division. Let's just say organization, and an organization is Cobra Kai. So whoever isn't who has that organization Cobra Kai will get added to the Cobra Kai group. So let's go here into groups. Oh, sorry, going back to provider because I want to do this for a minute. Go to groups, go to people, go to profile. Okay, so let's edit. So we're gonna go to uh, we're gonna go to organization. Let's say Cobra, Cobra. All right, all right. There's a reason why I'm doing this. All right, so let's refresh the screen again. All right, so let's go back to groups. Now to automate this, we're going to want to go to group rules. Click on group rules. We have our contractors rule I created. I'm going to add a new rule. I'm going to say uh, Cobra Kai um, rule. Rule. Okay. So there's two ways we could do this. We can have the use basic condition, which is so you let's say user attribute. This is what we're going to base on user attribute. Let's say what we have. Uh, I would say was it department or was it department? Let me go back. Excuse me. But that's let's say, whoa, what was that? As profile, what did we make that? Organization. Sorry about that. Okay, back on track. Let's go to group rules. Let's go create a rule. Let's say Cobra Kai rule. And then we could use either basic condition. So basically, we're saying this is the rule name. So if user attribute pretty much equals, let's say, organization, organization equals, you know, equals Cobra Cobra Kai, and then then assign to Cobra Kai group. So or we could use the Okta expression language. This is what we could use as the Okta expression language. So basically, this is the user dot. Basically, it's the same thing. It's just putting it in the expression language. User organization equals Cobra Kai. So you can do that as well. One thing about using the Okta expression language, you can add different attributes. You can add to this. So let's just say I want more than let's just say I want more attributes. Just to say, hey, who has the user title or department, or you can add a multiple. So, but in this instance, we're not. We're just going to use the basic condition. So remember what we said. Let's say we can use, say, except like you can put, say you don't want a certain group or users. Let's preview. Let's say, let's put preview. Let's say Sensei S Wolf. Hey, Sensei Wolf. So let's say, hey, we're going to preview. Let's say, let's save it. Oh, I guess I didn't act what I wanted to do, but anyway, but you can preview the rule to see if he is if his attribute matches the rule. But I already know it's going to. So whenever you create a group rule, make sure that you activate the rule. If you do not do this, it will not it will not add the user to it. So let's activate. I'll get another refresh. All right, so let's go to groups. Here we go. Let's say it. All right, look what we got. Cool. So notice the difference between Jason and Sensei Wolf here. Jason Brown's been added manually, and Sensei Wolf's been added by the Cobra Kai rule. So that is pretty much, guys, in a nutshell, how to create users and group rules and how important attributes are. And Okta makes this so easy to do. That's why like they're my by far favorite identity provider, and that's something I would love to have a career in. So, but I just want to say thank you guys so much, and I look forward you guys on the next video, and thank you for sharing this journey with me. You guys have a blessed day. Thank you. Bye bye.